Hi everyone, I'm here to tell you all that I'm done with beef and all I want to do now is spill some tea. It's not. No, you're supposed to. No, fuck. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. Welcome back to another. It's not really a series, is it? It's kind of like I just basically go through Avengers articles, break it down a little bit, and kind of like pick it apart along the way. I just want to completely point out, by the way, that I mean no disrespect to the actual like writers or anything like that. It's just a bit of fun. So this one is Marvel's Avengers. The most important aspect of the Spider-Man DLC won't be combat, and it's by Game Rant. It's by Zachary Carnley. It sounds like a different way to say like Carver. Anyway, Spider-Man is one of Marvel's most beloved heroes, and a core aspect of his abilities needs to really shine when he comes to Marvel's Avengers. Now, already I've got to pick this apart. So. Take it from a member of a community where all we've been able to do is Photoshop Spider-Man in it. This gets a 2 out of 10 on the clickbait scale. You've got to make it real, all right? Take one of my videos, for example, where I literally, in fact, I'm gonna get it up right now. Like I did an atrocious thing. I did an absolute dirty thing. Right now, go off that. So hold on, where is it? There it is. So that right there, that's clickbait. That's good old clickbait. Do you know what I mean? He could be in the Eastern Seaboard for all you know. Whereas this looks too fake. You've got to, you've got to add it up a bit. Spider-Man is easily one of the most popular characters to come from the Marvel umbrella. The web-slinging hero has captured fans' interest for decades and is featured in more big-screen movies, cartoons, and video games than any other character other than perhaps the X-Men. Naturally, fans are excited for the wall crawler to make his while it may be a Spider-Man is distinct from many other popular superheroes from Mario. Oh my god, come on! I know about Spider-Man, fam. I just want to get to the juice. Okay, Spider-Man's powers are unique in a space dominated largely by simple super strength and flight. One of his abilities really needs to show when he webs his way into Marvel's Avengers eventually, and that's visceral feeling of freedom that his movement style can invoke. Now, already, right, and look, this is a problem with this article, is that essentially what you're saying is that even though this game has very tight corridors, it's very sort of like, it's not open world, there are a lot of limitations to like, swing on and stuff like that. You're saying that the best asset, the Spider-Man should have is his web swinging. It's not going to happen. It's already just a complete no-go, simply because the game can't support that. So what you need to do is you need to make combat so good, and you need to involve his web so much that web swinging can just be web zipping to different areas and stuff like that. Because realistically, if they just make him swing from the air, that's going to be quite immersion breaking for a lot of people that are into that sort of thing. So it's one thing for Spidey's combat prowess to feature heavily in a good video game adaptation, but the freedom of movement available to him is another entirely. Other than characters with super speed and flight, Spider-Man is one of the most mobile superheroes around. The best Spider-Man games have exemplified this by come on, I want to get to juice. Players could pick up speed rapidly and need to make sure there were actual structures to web onto while travelling. It was truly the first time the experience of feeling like Spider-Man swinging through. Oh my god, this really makes me feel like Spider-Man. Oh god, I need to watch a compilation on that, It's crazy. Marvel's Avengers are a lot riding on Spider-Man coming to the game, so capturing that same sense of movement would be critical. You are in fucking dreamland. If you think that he is going to be able to have web swinging like Insomniac's games, or even Ultimate Spider-Man, you need to relax, Zachary Carnley, alright? This is not going to happen. And that isn't a shit on this game. It's just, the game isn't built for that. Realistically, Spider-Man is going to be a really difficult character to master with his mobility, considering mobility is so big of a thing in Spider-Man's arsenal, you know what I mean? And it's like, he's going to have to have a lot of, traversal options, but he can't be swinging on stuff because nothing's tall enough to be able to do it besides an Eastern Seaboard area. So what do you do? Like, realistically, I think like the most you could probably get away with is Marvel Ultimate Alliance style, but then he's gonna have to web zip from the sky and shit like that, and that's just awkward. Avengers handles mobility well for most of his characters. Heroes like fucking hell, I never thought I'd see this sentence. Heroes like Thor that have access to flight are free to switch between grounded and aerial combat, but the approach can often still feel smaller scale than what fans of the recent Spider-Man would expect for the character. It will certainly be a challenge to adapt such a mobile character into the format, so fans aren't sure what to expect from Spider-Man in Avengers. The ensemble, I mean, that's not true. I just kind of explained it. People are definitely expecting the combat to outshine, everything else, and web swinging to not be as good as Insomniac. But anyway, the ensemble game has certainly drawn its criticism, but its gameplay isn't often one of them, as the game has thus far done a good job of making each hero feel distinct from each other. Spider-Man and his web swinging and wall crawling needs. Right, okay. Wall crawling, probably not going to happen. If it is, it's going to be wall running, right? So he'll be able to, in my opinion, most likely he'll be able to wall run. He's not going to wall crawl, and he'll be able to wall run for like as long as he wants. So you know how like Cap or Clint get to like a certain point of their wall run where they just drop. Spider-Man won't have that. He'll be able to wall run as much as he wants, but there's no way they're doing wall crawling. And in all fairness, that isn't a thing against this game either. Like Insomniac's wall crawling is pretty shit. Like it's really. A lot of games have struggled with wall crawling in general, so it wouldn't surprise me if this game just doesn't bother doing that. So that's already the end of the article. I'm pretty shocked about this, to be perfectly honest. Like, I actually expected this to have a bit more to it, but I think that like at the end of the day, I'd love to know what people think down in the the comments, because like this guy is just. I feel like you're really setting yourself up for failure if you think they're gonna really. Like make the web swinging absolutely OP ridiculous. But I think what would look good is like, so for example, Black Panther, is quite a nimble, quite, an athletic kind of character. Obviously doesn't web swing, but it'd be really interesting to see what his movement's like and how different it is, and then maybe you could see something there. But I think the best option they could do realistically, if you want to do any web swinging, is just to let him swing from the sky. I know people are going to hate that, and to be fair, I don't blame you for hating that, but realistically, that's the only way you're going to be able to have good web swinging, in the game, really. But that's what I think anyway. So let me know, like, down in the comments down below. Alright, so first of all, obviously you got to sort this clickbait out, you got to relax a little bit, but this was actually a pretty good article, to be fair, because it comes through a different perspective. Like, most people don't seem to think that, like, he's on PlayStation, so he might not have as much effort to him. I actually disagree with that. I actually think because he's Spider-Man, he's going to have a lot of effort put into him for that very reason. Because you upset Spider-Man fans, you're done. You're done. Let's not forget Facegate. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be over right there and then. So, thank you guys for watching anyway. And I think that's it. Alright. I've done slagging him off now. Peace.